We got it back, folks. The fish cam is back. This is the Kickin' with Andy show. We got a lot of stuff going on today. Gold letters. Gold letters are here. We're going to talk about them. The old ones, the new ones, everything in between. You know, I want to see your guys' kicker gold letter speakers. If you got them, send an email to livinloudwithandy@gmail.com. No caps, no nothing, no spaces. No little apostrophe after living. Either way, we're going to talk about it. We got a lot of things to go over. I mean, the gold series are of the past time, and they are back. And I'm excited, man. This is going to be an awesome show, and we got a lot to go over. So, of course, make sure you enter the giveaway. It starts at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Otherwise, hold tight. We got to do the intro. You know we got to do it. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes.
Kickin' with Andy. He's going to be on every other Tuesday. Kickin' with Andy. Kickin' with
What is going on, everyone? What's up, buddy?
Kickin' with Andy.
Bob Wallop, Joe Cook on Kicker Club. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Today is going to be an awesome, epic show. I am so excited. Got a lot of stuff going on here today. All kinds of different setups and layouts and screen shares, 2 screen shares going on. Just a lot of stuff. But I want to talk about the gold letters. You know, I seen someone on Kicker Club just purchased a 15, and I did a little bit of shopping myself today. Man, I am excited. I can't wait to get my stuff either, and we're going to talk about it all when we get there. But again, guys, I threw it up in the short, and I'm going to tell you now, send me an email. I got my email just sitting right here on my phone that it just happens to be connected up to an HDMI thing, so I can do all kind of fancy stuff here. And I want to see your gold letter kickers. If you got or you had gold letter kickers, I want to see your sub, your build, your setup. Send it to my email, and we're going to throw it on the screen as we would on a live show. And man, I am excited. Tonight is going to be epic. And of course, do not forget to enter at kicker.com/umweekly to get your stuff. And Glenn and Monroe, don't worry, we're going to get your stuff handled for you. Sandy's working on it, and so is Bill Frog. Appreciate you guys always tuning in. And we're just going to go A to Z with the Kicker gold letter stuff, man. This is going to be an awesome show, I'm telling you guys. But of course, we got to do housekeeping. William, thank you for tuning in, man. Hey. Kicking it, Kicker Unmasked with Andy. You're a rock star. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, William. Appreciate you so much, man. And everything that you do and being a part of this community and always showing up to every show, man. I see you guys that always tune in, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Kibo, what is going on? Thank you for tuning in. We even got V13 here. What is up? Gold's here tomorrow. Can't wait from Kicker Car. That is awesome, man. You know, I was worried if I was going to go on the website and they were going to be out of stock already, because I know people are buying them up. Baba, yay, I made it home just in time. Hey, you know what? I get it. It's life after this show. I got to go to Walmart and do some grocery shopping. I get it. Thank you for tuning in. Baba. Got someone from Kicker Club. That's Randall Kramer. Yes, sir. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I got a tablet here too. I got a lot of stuff going on, man, just so everything runs smooth. And it's really turning into a professional studio, let me tell you. Gold letter standard subs. Standard is the standard, man. Absolutely, dude. You know, I am so excited because these are the original Kicker separates. And I got the manual for the old ones, and we're just going to do a little bit of comparison because there isn't everything on the website or the manual on the website yet. Now, I believe you should be able to get one with your gold letters. I know there was a lot of things where Kicker was doing away with printed manuals on some things because everything is on the internet nowadays. Save a little bit of money. Give it to the consumer for product and price that you're saved. But I'm going to go over what I can of the specs of what is listed. Let's see here. We got a lot of people going in from Kicker Club. Abdel, thank you for tuning in, Abdel. I hope you're doing well. We got John Myers watching. John, love you, man. This is going to be an awesome show. You know, I didn't want to take the steam from you guys, but I'm like, man, they just happened to fall on a Kickin' with Andy. The gold letters just released like a few days ago. I gotta do it. Glenn McPherson, we're working on your stuff, man. You'll be getting that shortly. Thank you for tuning in again. Joe Cook, appreciate that you are here. James Ford, thank you for tuning in, man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you guys. Bob is just tagging everybody. That's the thing with being in the chat, man. You got to say hello to everybody. And you can't just say hi to one person and then forget everybody else. All right. Let me scroll down and see if I missed anything. Bob Wallop, thank you for tuning in. It's so much easier on YouTube, but I do have it here on Kicker Club just so I can see who's actually commenting because I don't want to forget you guys. All right, scrolling down. Andy soon need to be behind the scene helper. You know what? I try to, find out a few things, but, it would be cool to be even more behind the scenes, but I'm always kept in the loop to a certain degree, man, and it's a blessing. Mom, how you doing? Love you. Aaliyah and Grandma doing homework. Hey, that's what Kayla's doing with the boys. They're doing some puzzles and stuff. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so let's get to the show. All right, so as we all know, the Kicker Gold Letter is available at kicker.com. Now on Crutchfield, at least I had to order a few things for Kayla's Eclipse because, well, I bought a bunch of Kicker stuff. We're putting in that head unit. And I noticed that they still didn't have any. So, if you pre-order on Crutchfield, you might not get it right away, but kicker.com does have them in stock as of 3 hours ago. So go get them while you can. Either way, awesome product, man. This thing is awesome. And, I didn't even realize, the more I look at it, they actually have it cut in half. I didn't even realize that it was cut in half and the old one's on the left and the new one's on the right. I didn't even notice. I'm just click. I didn't even realize. And it's crazy how similar it does look to the old original. And, I mean, other than the rib surround, that's the elephant in the room. It's okay. Garrick Hudson, thank you for tuning in on Kicker Club, man. Appreciate that you're here. And it's just cool that they have all this stuff, you know, talking about the history and A to Z with like the different, because this thing's got performance of today's standards, you know, with the coil venting. I'm trying to remember, I don't even think the original had pull venting, but I like that kind of venting better from what I see and just how, you know, cooling works. You want to cool the coil, not so much just the inside of the former. And there's a lot of stuff that goes with that, of course. But they got the 10, the 12, and the 15 only in dual 4 configurations, and the prices are $199, $219, and $349 respectively for 10, 12, and 15. Now, let's go into the old school. This is the original manual for the separates. I believe this is the 87 because they had the competition and then the free air. And I don't know if that's the... I know they're different subwoofers, obviously, but I believe they're both with the gold letters. You know, this is the OG stuff right here, man. And a lot of it's hard to read. And there's a few things that we can compare because on the newer ones, if you go into them, they don't have all the tile small parameters. Not like they would have as many back then as they do now, but these ones just aren't there yet. The only thing that we do see is sensitivity ratings. We see sensitivity, RMS, impedance, obviously, and recommended enclosures for sealed and ported. Now, on here, we don't have FFS on the newer ones yet. I'm sure as soon as that's available, they will have that on the website. The older ones, obviously, they're going to have FS, and it's going to give you a little bit more of an idea how the driver reacts in a way. There's a lot of parameters, and then sometimes it doesn't even matter what the tile small parameters are. But either way, man, we got 60 people in here tonight. I know you guys love gold letters. I could not wait to do this episode. So anyway, it's pretty cool. I'm going to compare it with the C18, not the free air version. But either way, they do recommend a little bit around the same enclosure size. And the 15 right here, it's really hard to read, I'm telling you guys. I could probably zoom in on this a little bit so you can see a little better. For the C15, it's saying 3.6 cubes to 2.5, and that's sealed. So 2.4 to 3.6 on the 15, and on the current 15 is 3 and 5. So this is going to require a little bit bigger of an enclosure compared to the rest. So it's just, there's a lot of stuff with it, and I want to go over a lot of the different, you know, just everything about it, man. The design, I want to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys like about it, dislike about it, and if you're going to throw it in your car. Baba, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. When I think of Kicker gold letters, I think of our man El Fuego. Hope you resting and recovering, buddy. We miss you. Please hit the like. Absolutely. We love you, El Fuego, and I hope you're feeling better. I know you're probably lurking in the background watching. It's okay, man, and if you are, that's great. If not, no bad, man. No problem. And I hope you do well, man. I really do, and I hope you get better. We all miss you, man. We like to hear from you once in a while. Just making sure we're not being too nebby here. We got RGA up in here. What is going on, RGA? Is this below the Q series? Very good question. Very good question. So let's go back over here really fast, and we'll go back and look at just the subwoofer lines of Kicker. And when you do that, it kind of tells you, you know, what level is what. At least on, the round woofers, because this is not square. And if you look at the round woofers, you got the Comp Q, CVX, and then the gold. And then the R and the VR and the Comp RT and etc. So, yes, it's below the Q and maybe performance, but nostalgia, 10 out of 10, baby. That's the thing, you know. And people were saying, oh, what's the difference between the Comp R and the gold? And you can see there's a little bit of an RMS difference, but a little bit of a size difference. And I don't know, sonically, I'm sure it's going to sound way different. Look at the cone. That is a more flat cone. This has a more deeper dish style with a giant dust cap, old school retro woofer. It's going to sound different. No matter which way you pull your straws, it's going to sound different in each enclosure of what it can do and what it can't do and what you're trying to get. And I think price is probably a little bit more for, just a tad bit more for the gold letters. And again, the gold letter pricing is right there. Just like the L7X pricing, it is there, man. It's affordable, and it's going to be a driver. Yeah, you're going to want to look at it, but at the same time, it's going to sound good and it's going to perform very well. Still love the infinite baffle, man. You know, you don't get better sound quality than an infinite baffle, man. Appreciate you guys. RGA, SJC, did someone say free air? You know, I always want to do a free air build, but they are so difficult. You can do free airs in a trunk, but I feel like the literal free air where you have holes cut through the car, and you know, that's the real free air, and your doors free air, like it's just you got you got holes in your car, man, to make it an infinite baffle. That's the way you get rid of that rear wave cancellation factor. Charlie Hegestrom, thank you for tuning in. I see you on Facebook, man. 800 RMS for the 15. Absolutely, it's very respectable. And okay, I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. I bought a 10. I bought two 12s for an actual system, and then I bought the 15 just so I have every single one, just like I did with the Street Series. Talk about them, bring them out, show you guys, and just so I can have them, to see them, to feel them. And the 15 is going to be cool, and I was going to solely go with the 15 at first because of the RMS rating. But having a hatchback and a trunk, it kind of limits you. You know, I miss my Volvo. I could throw anything in there. It didn't really matter. Size wasn't a problem. At this point in my life, it kind of is, other than my Pilot, which already has a quad box. But right, and you know, I really want to look at the differences between my 03 Kicker CVR versus this Gold Letter 15. They're both 15s. I think the CVR was like 600 RMS, if I believe, or 500, give or take. But the texture, the size, the rib surround, I feel like it's going to have a lot of similarities, and we'll see how it performs, man. I'm excited. Thank you for tuning in, man. Again, guys, make sure you go enter the link, kicker.com/umweekly. I'll drop it again for you guys just so you can click it and go enter, get some Cush NC headphones. By the way, they are out of stock. I tried to pick up a pair for somebody, and I was like, yeah, those are out of stock. It's okay. So get them here while they are here. They are the last of the batch. And, of course, the Tabor 2s and the EB400s. Let's see. David Dalton, kicker for the win. Thank you for tuning in. Shane Britton looking good. Appreciate you guys tuning in from Kicker Club, man. This is going to be a cool episode. It really is. All right, Paul, I love you, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Tuning in. I hope you and your daughter are doing well. I seen that video in Joby's car, man. She was taking it like a boss. Making everyone else look like rookies, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Daniel, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys are all here today. Yeah, I actually just moved my second camera over here just so I give you guys a little shot of my studio on the one side of it, you know. Might as well. I got all these switchers and all these cameras going on. It's some pretty cool stuff that we got here, and I'm excited to be able to give your guys this content, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. You know the thing. Below the Q series, yeah, you know, I mean, that's the thing. How can you compare one to the other? There's a lot of variables with every woofer. Which one's better? Just because it's square, does it mean it's better? Not absolutely. It's not the end-all be-all question, and it all depends what you're trying to use it for, and it's just, you know, physical limitations of what it can do. And then you have to factor in price and space and come up with your conclusion then. Yeah, it's going to be below the Q. It's not, you know, a 1200 RMS woofer for the 15. That is what the Q is. And, you know, different weighting of the coil, different power handling are really throwing factors people don't understand, where they just want the biggest woofer, the most power handling, and they don't care about the rest. You know what? Yeah, that's great. I want that one. And that's fine. But there's a lot of factors you got to factor in to see if it works best for you. Stormy Young, kicker scared to release all the Gold Letter TS because it's making it look like if they're making it, they know what they are. Well, you know, I feel like they're going to release it. Why it's not available right now, I don't know. You know, that could be a thing. Will they ever release it? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't, because, you know, TS parameters only go so far anyway. But, you know, I get what you're saying, but I don't see that where they're scared or whatever. But you know, it's an awesome driver, man. It really is. And you know, people always talk about, I want it just like it was back in, you know, 87. All these, you know, no rib surround. Okay, so it did have pull venting. It had pull venting on the back end. But they want it exactly how it was back then. And, you know, that's great and all. But with how woofers are designed today... Oh, come on, really? There we go. How woofers are designed... Oh, what is going on today? How woofers are designed today, you know, that... I don't even know if they have X max tau small parameters on it. I'll look really fast here in a second. But that thing does not have more than 10 millimeters of throw, you know, one way. It just doesn't. And woofers weren't really, they didn't need a bunch of power. You know, you put 200 RMS on that thing, like actually 200 RMS, 100 watts, 200 clamping, that thing is screaming. Now, if you put that on the newer one, it's not going to be quite as loud. You're going to need more, but it's going to have more potential to be louder. So, you know, while we're on that topic of just, you know, let's see if there is even X Max rated in the, let's see here. Okay, so for the 18, it had 11 millimeters of X Max. I know it's really hard to read. And let's see, the Dual 8 actually had a little bit less, half inch. And that's all due to like coil windings and different impedances. It can make a difference. It's crazy to see it though. And the 15 only had 7 millimeters. Okay. And then we go down to 10, 7, and 8. We don't have one to compare with the new ones. But do you see that? 7 or 10 millimeters of excursion. That is nothing. That is what your home audio subwoofer in those tower speakers on your floor or whatever, the Jensen from Walmart probably has more, and it doesn't need rib surrounds, and that's what made them really efficient. Now, that was the thing of like, oh, well, why didn't they just make it like that? Well, in order to compete anyway in any other, you know, compared to any other woofer, they're going to need to have some throw. And if you look at all their drivers, every single one of them, let me just go back to here. You know, they all have rib surrounds on every single one of them. You know, okay, yeah, the L7 just the corners, but every single one has a rib surround. And there's a reason for that. You know, instead of putting a mega roll surround on something, there's better technology, at least from what I see and why they do it. They're not going to, you know, just put a mega roll on it and call it a day, where a lot of companies do. And maybe you almost need to, whenever you have so much X-Max, a mega roll and different types of roll surround can make a difference and work better for how much throw you got. And, you know, so if you would make something exactly how it was, you know, you're buying a home audio receiver with a little bit of juice, you know, compared of that. And today you're getting a woofer that's going to be competitive no matter what you put it up against in its price point and power handling. And it's going to sound good at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, it's going to sound good. All right. I'm missing all the comments here, guys. 23 minutes in, this is flying. All right. I just went up through the comments. Let's see if I can find anything else here. Phoenix Audio, thank you for stopping by, dropping in for the bass fam. Appreciate that you're here, man. It's awesome. Kicker for the win. Let's see here. Drew Landers, thank you for tuning in. I see you on Kicker Club there. Bill, Chris Lee. We got Chris Lee is watching. Wow. Thanks for tuning in, man. If you don't know who Chris Lee is, man, you're sleeping under a rock. That's awesome. RGA, Square always was neat to me, even when Sony did the AMP stuff. I know it's crazy to realize that, you know, Kicker didn't make the first Square woofer, you know, like they're or not woofer, but speaker. And they just perfected the woofer of so much throw. Again, come on, switch, darn it. Again, back to the throw, you know, of why you need ribbed on your surround. The cornering of how they perfected that That is the patent that Kicker has. It's not a square sub. Otherwise, you wouldn't see any other ones. Or anyone else would try to make a square speaker, they would just get shut down. No, it's for the patent is the rib technology that they have. If you ever noticed, Pile has none. They sound like not good. And MTX does, and they got some other kind of, technology in their corners, but it's not the same. And how well does it work? I don't know. I haven't actually heard anyone talk about the pros and cons of each. But I mean, come on, man. And it's I get why people wanted it to look exactly like the 1987 version, the original gold letter. I get it. But to have it compete in any way, you have to. Again, and then you're just buying a home audio woofer in comparison today of what is out there, man. And that's the thing. We got so much power on our hands. It's almost a bad thing. Where they would be like, say if they would make the exact gold letters from 1987 today, and they're like 200 watts RMS. We'll say honestly, like the Kicker comp, it can handle 200. It's rated at 150. It can handle a little bit more. Done a video on it. But people are going to be like, okay, I'm going to put a 1,000-watt amp on it. And then they just blow it, and this gives you a little bit more leniency, especially for new consumers, because even if they have a 2,000-watt amp, say if they just have crappy electrical, they're not seeing that much more power. And I feel like there's a less likely chance of them blowing their equipment by user error, just by having a woofer that does handle a little bit more power. And that's where a lot of it came from was, I had these Kickers and I blew them up in a minute. Yeah, because you got the entry ones and you put a 1,000-watt amp on it. And, that was just a whole Walmart or Best Buy debacle. Mostly Walmart, because Best Buy actually sold L7, still do. And the higher tiers, the Comp C, the VR, the R. I don't believe they have the Q, but, you get what I'm saying here. So you need the ribbed. Not in all cases in life, but with speakers, I feel like it's a go-to, man. I really do. See? Thank you, Dub. I ain't gonna say it. You can say it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. CVR 15 was 500 watts RMS. Thank you. So that's 500. Thank you. It's hard because there's so many different alterations of different lineups and models that they got. It's hard to keep up, man. It really is. But either way, it would still be a good comparison, because looking at it, other than having a giant dust cap that the Comp Gold has, that giant dust cap right there, it's very similar, I think, with the texture of the CVR, like how it had that rough texture. It'd be cool to put them side by side. Let's see, someone from Kicker Club here. Will the gold letters... Randall Kramer, will the gold letter subs be a limited run, or will they be available all year? Very, very good question. That is actually going to be until they run end of life, which is usually 4 to 5 years. I don't know, maybe shorter, maybe longer. But originally it was going to be like, a limited edition amount of speakers, and that's it. And they changed their mind. They're like, nope, let's just do it. We're going to give everybody who wants one, just like any other product line that's out there, and run it to end of life. So absolutely, man. Thank you for your question. That's exactly what I am here to do, is try to help people with what I can. I'm not no scientific wizard, but I try to learn. Kicker car, I know I want to get a pair of those. Jacob was supposed to send me one. He never did. They have a pair of headphones that look a lot like the Cush NCs. He does his own stuff. He has a lot of people where he works with, and they know a lot with designing stuff. And, it's... I like the stuff, the down for sound boombox. Yes, put it compared to a JBL or a Kicker, it's not going to sound as good. But for half the price and pretty much the same output, you really can't go wrong with that stuff, man. And it all depends what you're looking for, again, man. Let me scroll down here. I know I got another comment here. Joseph Hodges here. Hello from southern India. Thank you for tuning in, man. That's what's crazy about this internet thing. It's just worldwide stuff, and it's a blessing to be able to do this. It really is. 25. What is going on? 25. What amp other than Kicker for the gold letter Kicker subs? what amp other than Kicker? So, well, it depends if you go with the 10, the 12, the 15. 15's what? 800 RMS, the 12 is 600, and then the 10 is either 400 or 500. I think it's 400 RMS. What's the 10? The 10 is 400 RMS. So, I mean, it depends which one you go with, you know. Either way, I always try to tell people go with like 125% of at least. You don't want to go too crazy, because then if you give somebody a Ferrari, they're going to drive it off a cliff. But give them something that goes 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. Just fast enough to take off on the highway, but not slow enough to kill yourself, you know? So I would say at least an 800 RMS amp for the 12, and then, you know, go up, you know, 1,000 RMS for the 15, and at least 500, maybe 600 RMS for the 10. Thanks for tuning in, 25. Swing and a hit. Andy, what's the difference in sensitivity? I know the 15's got 89.7 something SPL efficiency, 89.7, and I feel like I'm talking to you guys and you're seeing it. You're not. It's got 89 point. You can't see that right there. 89.7 sensitivity. Now, that's not, you know, just like every spec of a woofer. It doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's going to tell you it's going to get pretty loud on not much power compared to one that has a lower sensitivity rating within reason. Now, all these measurements of how small parameters are measured at 1 watt is why it doesn't always make a huge difference. That's why you need like a clipple and just, you know, a bunch of other factors too. And just the know-how of how speakers work. The 12 is 87.1, so that's right around a ballpark of a good 12. That's not terribly inefficient, and it's not so efficient that it has no throw, because usually when you have a subwoofer that has really high efficiency, there's a lot of factors, but it usually requires probably a really large box and has a light cone. And there's all kind of factors. You know, you can have a high sensitivity, rating, and you know, you have a high FS because you don't have that much weight, and then that subwoofer is not going to play low, you know, but it's going to be efficient. So there's trade-offs with everything. And then the 10, I believe, is like 85.7. So that's not bad for a 10, you know, and that's the thing. All these measurements are measured 1 watt at 1 meter away. Some companies do 2.83 volts, and depending on the impedance, they can cheat and make it 2 to 3 dBs louder, because they're actually, you know, putting 2 watts to it. So there's, but with Kicker, it's always going to be the same. So you can compare it a little bit, but just go into thinking like, okay, I got a subwoofer, it's got 87 dB efficiency, it's got 600 RMS, and it's a 12, and it's got what, you know, we don't know yet, but I would say at least 14 millimeters of excursion one way, and that's over twice. I'm just guessing by looking at it. It's got some throw on it, and it's got a nice stiff cone. That's a factor that a lot of people don't even look into, you know. It's like, oh, well, you know, I just want a woofer that moves, you know. Yeah, you can do that, but you got to have one that's stiff, where it helps keeps things linear, and then it goes down the line from the surround down to the spider, you know, to the former, and just everything. And then you're talking motor force and magnets. God, no, just let these guys do it for us, and we'll just figure out what works for us. And that's how you go through car audio. I know that's crazy, being all the way in southern India. Thank you for tuning in again, man. Anakin, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Let me scroll down. Okay, now the show can start. All right, David. Yeah, let's get the intro. Just kidding. Thanks for tuning in, Deviant. But we can start the show now. Super in Ernie Jr., how do I enter the contest? Enter the link that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I will drop a comment right now. Go to kicker.com/umweekly. I do this every other week, but Kicker does it every other week that I don't do it. So go check them out at Kicker on YouTube, and get enter free stuff every week, every Tuesday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern here, man. Thank you for tuning in. I can see, you know, we're going to have a nice flux of people coming in. I got like 60, 65 watching. That is great. And, you know, I did a little short, and it happened to get about 1,000 views in like an hour. And I'm like, why? That's great, but why? Yeah, analytics, man. Hey, they'll drive you nuts. Got someone from Facebook. Joseph Hodges, straight out of Cornfield. HWA Hoosiers with an attitude, Southwest Indiana. Davies, Green, Knox County represent. I know. How about that Georgia game last night, man? That was I couldn't even watch it. First drive, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a blowout. Bobby, always 5 minutes late to the party, but it's okay. We love you, Bobby. Thank you for tuning in, man. Scrolling down. Daniel Deere wouldn't mind having one of the big MTX square subs. You know, the jackhammer, the 22-inch or 24-inch. I think there was both, but the 22-inch square on Pit My Ride, man, that thing was beautiful. But I heard it didn't perform very well, and that's okay. But it got everybody to buy the little MTX jackhammers because they made those too. Colby, thank you for tuning in. 35 minutes in, we are flying through this. I feel like I barely covered anything. Just switching cameras back and forth the whole time. So let me, you know what, let me just catch up to the comments. We got Dave. Thank you for tuning in, Dave. Got to throw you guys out there when I can. Oh, Indiana, not India. Oh, man, come on, man. Sorry, did Kicker make the original goal letter subs and 18s? No. Now, they are always listening. Always listening. But I don't think so. I know they had an 18. Obviously, for the OG ones, they had an 18. Well, you can't see because I'm in the way there. They had an 18. Boom. So you would think that they would make it, but I don't know. But honestly, an 18-inch driver isn't practical. Coming from a guy who knows, you know, they need pretty big boxes. They're not going to fit in everybody's trunk. You're going to get more returns than not because people are going to buy them thinking that it'll fit in their trunk, and they can't even get the box in there without, you know, taking their back seats out and cutting metal. So then they send it back. There's a lot of factors that go into that, and just how many they sell. Now, what is great though, and Steve already said it, I've said it so many times, just because Steve said it, I'm allowed to say it, they are making another 18-inch Solo X L7X. So, that's good. I always wanted them to make a, you know, entry-level 18, just because they have an entry-level 15. Why not an 18 too? But, you know, it's just, again, back to that whole, you know, what's really going to sell? What's going to do well, and what's going to make people happy? John K, thank you for tuning in. Hey peeps, dropping by for a hello and crashing early again, trying to get caught up on rest. Hoping to be on one of these nights for a longer hangout time, hang sometime soon. Hey, it's okay, man. I know Saturday I did not sleep very well. Didn't sleep at all, but we watched a bunch of Breaking Bad and just, you know, I was trying to get back on track, and it worked a little bit, but not really. I wouldn't suggest it. All right, let me keep scrolling through here. 25. Yeah, John is late. It's okay. Dub team, 87 dBs is good. It can take a pounding. You know, I feel like 87, 88, that's really good. Anything below, you'll see some like Type R's are like 84, 85 dB sensitivity. But that has a lot of other factors of how it's designed. And the Type R it uses, quote, the same, in a way, coil as the L7, but it has a different chemistry. I think it's not aluminum. Yeah, I think it's aluminum, not copper. But there's other factors too, with Spider and just all the other stuff. It's a different sub. It's just going to perform differently in different ways. Let me keep scrolling down here. Man, I'm really far behind, huh, guys? Got someone in Kicker Club. Paul again. Love you, bud. Hope the family is great. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drew Landers. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate that you're here. Kicker guy right there, man. Still driving around with his L715. He wants to go with 2. Joseph from Kicker Club. I have a question. Do you think that there's any possibility that the big old school 2-way, 3-way enclosures will ever make a comeback, like a hatchback 3-way, full range enclosure? No, but they're always out there. But with Kicker, I don't. No. The original Kicker, the ass Kicker, was, but you know, there are some third-party, you know, Scosche and other, you know, brands do make them still, where it's like a 6-inch mid-driver and got tweeters, and like ported or sealed or whatever. It's more for trucks, at least my opinion. But I just, you know, the The usability isn't ideal, but it does work for that simple fix of just making your system sound louder without having to tear apart your door panels, and you just, you know, throw some speakers in the back and you're good to go. Tap them off the back of your amplifier in your set, man. That's it. Man, no one sent me one email yet with their Kicker gold letters. Man, I know it's kind of hard to have, you know, your iCloud backed up in 1987. I didn't really think that through, but it's okay. But yeah, I don't think it's going to make a comeback. I really don't. But you can still do it. You know, I even threw some shelf speakers in the back of my Eclipse one time with my Solo X18, and it made it sound better, like louder, clearer, so I can hear my music better. It wasn't practical, not at all. And you get a lot of crashing noises when you're like, that's why, you know, certain manufacturers will angle their tweeters, and that's why Kicker has their speakers where you can angle their tweeters so it doesn't rectify so hard or reflect off of the dash window, because you can get a lot of harsh sounds just because of acousticizing at that angle. And just the same reason why when you put your subs backwards in your car, it's like louder because of, you know, rarefying, rectifying sound wavelengths and all that fun stuff. So I really don't think that they will, but it's okay, man. It's okay. William, thank you so much, man. Okay, everyone, let's hit the like. You guys have been killing it recently, man. I mean, you kind of always do. There's, you know, there's some shows where there's a little bit lower likes, but it makes sense. It wasn't as a popular show. I knew this was going to be a good show, and I know people are going to be rewatching this too. Sounded good though. Yeah, exactly. Joseph, I see you're on Kicker Club here, but I don't see it on the right-hand side. What are your thoughts on the Kicker quad box? What's the deal with the brand new Solo X Beast? Dude, I love that quad box. It is totally underrated. But, you know, I feel like you know, people have been asking, like, is there going to be an L7X quad box? It's not going to happen. With just wait and just, how many people are going to buy it? You know, the quad box is already kind of expensive, but as looking at it as a whole, not as a product, because you are getting a custom 13-ply Baltic birch curved Kicker carpeted box, you know, with 412s that can handle 2400 watts, if not more. So it's great, but I mean, you know, with the L7X stuff, it's coming soon, man. And as soon as we get closer to those dates, I will let you guys know. John from Twitch. Yeah, I stream to Twitch. I want to offer promotion for your channel views, followers, blah, 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 blah. Sounds like spam. No, thank you. But thank you for tuning in. Scroll down here. Let me catch up. Frank, what you drinking, Andy? Just some still water, man. Just some still water. Well, I'm forgetting I'm on this camera, that camera. There we go. Unmasked cups, man. These things are only $2 on the website. Only $2. Go grab a few. Or $4. Was it 4? 2 or 4? 4, I think. Either way, cheap. Go get you some. All right, let me scroll down. Yeah, that's the one there. Gotcha. Spence Boyd, I have the same Kicker banner in my house. Yeah, this thing is awesome, man. I had it in my living room in the beginning, and it just took up the entire living room. I used it for Team SP Loud shows. And then I was like, man, I don't like a white wall. And I need to do this live stuff. I'll just throw it back there. That'll look good. And now I got like 3 of them everywhere. If I can make the entire wall just black and yellow Kicker, I totally would. At least Dub's seen it. Andy Cookie Monster is drowning in the fish tank, yo. Yeah, he's doing okay, man. He's doing okay because he's playing under clipping. See, that's the clipping level right there. See, he's good. He's good. I actually grabbed him out of my Pleco tank. I was like, oh, I gotta bring him up here for you guys. Subs and Polaroids disappeared. Yeah, Polaroids are coming back. Like, I mean, but they do still sell Polaroids and like instant photo cameras. Those are pretty cool. But I don't think they're coming back swinging like the 3-way boxes anymore. I still see them. They did sell them at Walmart up until recently, at least my local Walmart. Quad box is 412s. Yes, Blake. If I said 415s, I didn't mean to say that, but I think I said 412s. Cookie Monster in the back, just sipping on the Kicker beer. Yeah, man. I mean, I think he's had enough. He's on his third this week, man. It's getting bad. It's getting bad, but it's still water. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll let it slide. Jason DeLee, I have 2 Solo X old school 15s on a 3000 BD. It hit very hard. Are they L7s? Because they did not have a 15 Solo X. They had 10, 12, 18 up until now. But either way, man, sounds like an awesome system. And 3000 watts, for whatever it is, should get down, man. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so I was right. $1.99. Here, I'm overthinking. I thought it was $1.99. I get confused. Prices change once in a while. Oh, man. Oh, you're the guy that watched on TikTok the Chevy. Thank you for tuning in, man. This guy, I just did a test stream because I was wondering why Friday my audio was glitching, and I was streaming through TikTok then and StreamYard at 1080 on each, and I got a new internet setup. I bridged my home network of Xfinity, and now I'm running on just this Nighthawk for Wi-Fi and Ethernet, and it has all different fancy switches for it, so I can actually, for things that need the internet, get it. For things that don't, you get put on the back burner. So I did a little test and threw up the Kicker family vacation video that I did on TikTok, streamed that through here on StreamYard and on TikTok, but just privately on YouTube. So it was still streaming it and just checking out my internet. So it was awesome for you to hang out with me there, man. And thank you for tuning in tonight. That is awesome. 13. What kind of fish is that, Andy? That is just your normal fancy fish, goldfish. It's actually my buddy Chris's, Chris McLaughlin, that used to come out to all the Team SP Loud shows back in the early days. And let's see here. Can I get this going? Yeah. Oh, I'm zoomed in a little bit too much here. There we go. Just normal goldfish, man. Nothing crazy, but he sent me 4 of these guys. This is the last one. I've had them for like 2 or 3 years now. Just fish. They like to pick on each other, and you know, it's just with Kicker having their own fish tank and their setup. I'm like, dude, I got to do the same thing. There's no way I can't. There's no way I can't. I have enough aquariums downstairs to fill up the fish store down the road. They're like, when I walk in there, they're like, okay, what size tank do you have? And I'm like, which one? You know, I got like 13 of them. All right. Thank you, 13, for your question and tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Toby speakers hit hard like the older L7s. Toby speakers. I have never heard of Toby speakers. You stumped me on that one. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that you're here, new to the channel. It's awesome. And Xfinity is pure 100% garbage internet. I know, and that's why it doesn't put out any Wi-Fi. It just kind of gives the internet to this guy down here, and it just shoots it everywhere else. Eventually, when the time comes, I will get a new modem and all that fancy stuff, but I've been spending way too much money getting this more ready, and it's good now. It's good. And I mean, I spent a lot of money on Kicker today. Had to, man. Had to. Kayla's car, she needs some stuff. And I had to get all the gold letters. And 2 new CX-1800s. Because quad box. Gold letter fish. I think that's actually it. Gold letter fish Chris. It's sticking. It's sticking. Come on, 25. Give the fish his own live stream. He's a natural. He does well, man. You know, he doesn't really say much, but, you know, the look he gives you. I know, actually, this is actually a new tank from Walmart. I was like, why not? And it's a little bit bigger. You know, it's like 1.5 gallons. Still really small. But if you take care of your fish, they'll be okay. Sounds fishy. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate that you're here. 80. Okay. You guys are nuts. Oh, yeah. Before the contest is over, make sure you guys go enter. I'll drop it one more time here. I think, we still got some time here. We got 11 minutes for you guys to enter. So if you guys haven't already, go enter at kicker.com/umweekly. Get some cool stuff. Kicker Kush, NCs, Tabor 2s, EB 400s. And I know they've been sending some extra stuff because someone posted on Kicker Club what they got. And it was, I seen, obviously, the unmasked shirt and the koozies. But then they were throwing in like pens and, extra stuff alongside. So make sure you guys go enter. It's really awesome that they do that for us. Got a super chat. Can't pass up the super chats. Mike DePoli, thank you so much with a $5 super chat. Shout out to my boys in the 14.4 volt Discord. And Andy, great show as always, brother. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate you tuning in, man. And it's awesome that you're here along with us. We got an awesome group of people that get to watch our shows with us every week. And now you're part of it. So thank you so much, dude. And appreciate you. Really do. It's cool. Him and his wife tune in. So it's amazing, man. It really is. Get back to where I was at. I try to get a lot of your guys' comments as much as I can. Dad jokes. I like this one because is this a dad joke, Andy? Are you in high school or college? I will take the compliment and move on. Andy spent too much on Kayla's car. Dude, I've clamped 4,000 watts. Well, 38. No, it was 4,000. It was like 4,000 and some change. And did a 49 flat in her car. And it's got no big 3. It's got... The only 0 gauge it has is from the rear battery to the amplifiers. Everything else is 8 gauge wire. Walmart. I'm like, we need to just buy all this stuff now because I like running the Kicker wire. It's really good. And, buy all this stuff now that I'm doing this now and get everything together so when we have it, I can get some time and throw it together because there's some stuff going on. She's already got 2 Kicker Comp C's, 10s, in the loaded Kicker enclosure. So it's like, well, she has a system, but now she has no amps because I took them from the quad box. Just hit 70 viewers. That's crazy. So I took them from the quad box, so she has no amps. And I'm like, well, I always wanted to run the quad box at half ohm on each amp instead of 2 ohms. And I did it for a burp and it didn't like it. Let me run the new 1 ohm versions at half ohm, see how they do, and go from there. Plus, we'll have some extra amps to use for her car until the Warhorses are available for the L7Xs that are eventually going to go in there. But she will have the 212 Kicker Comp Gold letters in her car, and it's going to be awesome, man. It really is. I know I'm trying to, I don't know, I didn't save anything on the side. I kind of wish I did in my albums of her car because that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing here. Let's see here. Here we go. Deviant's gonna like this one. That's her setup right there. That's Candy. If you don't know who Candy is, you're missing out, man. You really are. But yeah, her system's gonna be nice, and I actually bought her a new dash install kit so I can put in her Pioneer radio. Don't ask me what model it is, but it's got wireless CarPlay. My buddy Mike down the street just gave it to me. So thank you so much, Mike. And her system's gonna be great. And I still gotta figure out the 4-channel, but we'll get there when we get there, man. Facebook user from Kicker Club, Joseph. The old school full range enclosures just are old school cool nostalgic gems like the Fosgate box. Yes, the rocks with the carpet, with the gray carpet, they look and sound right at home in the hatch of a 1974 260Z or 1986 Honda CRX. Oh yeah, CRXs, they get loud, man. They really do. The full range enclosures are hot around here with all my Mexican and Puerto Rican noise. It's the thing though, it gives you that sound that you're looking for, and for cheap, it really does. And back then, that's what you did. There wasn't, some guru that knew how to build an enclosure and say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then you're gonna throw up a amplifier for your door speakers, and then the guy's gonna look at you like, what? what do you mean? And he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna just hook up to the RCA's on the back of your amp, or on the back of your head unit. And there are no RCA's. This is 1980 something. So, you know, we've come a long way, man. But nostalgia will always rule. Let's see. We got 5 more minutes until it's too late to enter. Flexin 500, thank you for tuning in. Andy, I'm picking up 2 of the 7X15, L7X15s. Does Kicker include a baffle cutout template? Absolutely. All their subwoofers that you buy actually come out with a cardboard template. So, takes the guessing game out of it. Absolutely, man. You'll be set. James Lee, thank you for tuning in. Will Kicker ever make the Kicker Impulse again? You know, I feel like the gold letter came back because that was the OG. That was the very first Kicker. Kicker separates, you know, because they used to be in a box in the full range. The ass kicker. So, will they bring back the Impulse, the Mohawk, the Solo Barrack, the original Solo Barrack? I don't know. That would be cool, but I don't see them doing that, in my opinion. I really don't. Very good question, and thank you for tuning in. Toby speakers have been around since the 80s, made it in Fort Worth. That's, you know what, I've been down there. Each box, handmade 10, 12, 15-inch speakers, and boxes have names like Sheriff and Ranger. That's crazy. I've never heard of that. I love learning new stuff. I really do. All right, let me scroll down here about, okay, so we kind of went over already, since we're getting close to the end of the show here, guys. Screen share, bada bing, bada boom. So the specs, you know, if you look at these old ones, they had, the 18 had an FS of 18, 19, 20, 18, 20, or 21, 29 for the 8, and 37 for the 8. So these had some really, really low FS tile small parameters. I don't know if they're going to be able to hit those numbers like they used to. I don't. I really don't. But it's going to be a woofer that's going to work in a small sealed enclosure like a lot of kickers do. And it's going to sound good, man. And, you know, sometimes you can't relive the past, but you can look back at it, and I think that's what this is. I think this is a look back at the past, respecting where you came from, designing something of what you can do today, and here you go. That's what it is. That's what I believe it is. I feel like we covered a lot of what I wanted to go over today. I feel like we did a lot. All right, cool. Got any more dad jokes? Let's see here. Yes. Andy, can you use it as a tax write-off for stuff for her car? Absolutely. I know, taxes. That's going to be fun this year. That half ohm life, 100%, man. You know what? I'll show you guys what I got. That's what I almost forgot to do. I wanted to show you guys what I ordered today. Let me do that. So, I picked up a bunch of stuff. Just gonna, there we go. Let me just take me off there. Be much easier. So, I got 400 feet of 16 gauge speaker wire. The unmasked cups, 10-inch gold, 2 of the CXA 1800s, RCA wires, 2 sets of those, 2 of the gold 12s, that's for Kayla's car, the 12 gauge, 150 feet of that I believe, kicker wire, 0 gauge, 50 feet of that, and the motorcycle speakers there, the 47 PS MB 34s, I got that for my moped. That's going to be something cool because I already have a 48 volt to 12 volt watt, 12 volt converter on it. So all I need is a little tiny amplifier and we're good to go. And then if you look in the bottom left there, the 46 BT4s, the terminals, those are for OEM applications. And she already has an AGM under the hood, it's OEM. So that's going to be perfect. I got 2 sets of those and they're actually in stock. Those are barely ever in stock, I'm telling you. They're a hot commodity. Go grab them. if you got a stock battery under your hood. And of course the 15. So just a lot of stuff. And you know, I had to also go on to Crutchfield and pick up a dash kit because we got a funky dash and wiring harness. So it's all good to go. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Between Cookie Monster, the Pilot, Godzilla, I guess you can call it that, Quadzilla, and then Kayla's car. I don't know. Kayla's kicker car. Gotta always have something going with it. Where are all these bots coming from? That's from Kicker Club. Bill, get on that. Colby, you are always one of the bros. Family. Family. Alright, man, we still got over 60 people in here. Man, and it is too late to enter. Sorry. It's too late to enter. Guess we can do that drawing in a few minutes here. If you guys got any last questions before I go MIA, rigging it up with the rib surrounds. DQ, HQ, HU, thank you for tuning in from Twitch. We're getting some more Twitchers. Let me find out and be a Twitch guy too. It's just, you know, it's mainly for gamers, but if you like car audio, you like electronics, here you go. See, Kibo said, I can afford a cups. Me too, man. You know, Kicker merch, it's a good price. You know, I mean, you're going to Walmart, you're paying $1.50 for a plastic cup that size. Buy a Kicker cup, man. Unmasked, man. These things they work for everything. And I believe they're I think they're 24 ounces because, yeah, I usually drink 16 ounces at a time. Yeah, we are all hoping Bobby wins, you know. Eventually he will. Yes. Yes. Rigged or ribbed? Typo? We'll say typo. Exactly. Exactly. Andy, I don't see flowers for Kayla. You know, we actually have 2 sets of flowers that we just picked up from Walmart, and they are sitting in Charlie's tank because we were too lazy to put them in a pot this time because Bryson broke one of the flower vases. Rigged and ribbed. That should be the title of this episode. PXA 200.2 for the moped. I know, I was looking at them. Power Sports. And they have a few more, and I think they got more coming, and they're not in stock. And I go through kicker.com for reasons. But I would have grabbed it then, and it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. I'm slowly putting it together just because, man. I always wanted a loud system that was working on the moped. You know, I've hooked up a boom box with batteries, man. I've, you know, yeah, thrown in the down for sound or the, where'd he go? The Bullfrog 100 up in the the basket. It works, trust me. I actually just picked up a Bullfrog 400 from Goodwill.com for $70, and it's white. It's a steel, and I'm excited. And they had a picture of it working. So, and I'm like 90%, 95% on working products from Goodwill.com. So go check it out, man. Say one last person to compete with, and then there's Dave. He's lurking. He's always lurking. The app was like that Fosgate guy. Missing out in the conversation, but it's okay. Charlie, again, grew up in northern Minnesota hearing Kicker subs, you know, and I feel like a lot of people had their first with Kicker subs. And the gold letters were not the very first, but the very first that they, you know, designed from the ground up, you know, in a way. Where the original ass kicker, the one with the full range, had, what was it, Bose? Or, no, not Bose. Oh, I should know this. Motorola? Was it Motorola? Some other company. Speakers in there. And they were, you know, B-stock. Ones with blemishes and stuff like that. And threw them in there. Cut out their own fancy, speaker grill, and just went from there and put a passive radiator and tuned it, and that's why I love the amphitheater so much. And even these bullfrogs, they got a speaker on top and then a passive radiator on the bottom, and it's just always been their thing. Of what they started was passive radiators in cars, and so going from there to the gold letters was the separates, where they separated everything. And it's crazy to think about that, where they thought of it as a system rather than subwoofer in a box. It was separate from the full range system. And man, it's just cool that they're bringing them back, man. It really is. I'm excited. And if you guys are in Kicker Club, make sure you throw up comments of your gold letters in your builds, man, and I'll let you guys know too, man. It's gonna be awesome. Almost 42 people to compete with, 20,000 entries. I could tell you right now how many people entered. Whoa! Woo! Almost everybody. 50 potential users that can win. Might as well do it now, right? Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Cut the music. I need to get a stream key or something for the audio. It'd be cool. And then I figured we just do that shot and we'll get to it, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me know if you guys, you know what? You guys probably can't hear the background music, huh? Well, that's strange. That's there. Should. If I do that. Let me know if I get an echo there, guys. For some reason, the sounds... Oh, you can hear... Oh, you can already hear it? Okay, then let me turn this off. I don't want to... Yeah, don't even... Okay. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. For some reason, the Elgato is not throwing that it was making sound into it, but that's okay. Awesome. Cool. Let me get to this stuff. Give me 1 second here, guys. This music does make you want to run. Yeah. Good. Good. One down. One deviant to knock down two. Yep. Nope. Not today, Dan. Not today. Ooh, what the heck did I do? Making a computer go kind of crazy there. Good. Good. You know, got a few unfamiliar faces, which we usually do have a lot of unfamiliar faces. This time, a little bit more. Ah! When you think you know a guy, and that he does that. Ah! It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, man. Spam bots. Riggedy rig. You know the thing. Darn. Grand Rapids close enough for me to visit. Let the rigging commence. Yes. Thank you, Baba. You know, instead of just showing the amp dyno that's not doing anything, I might as well, you know, throw off the system you guys got from you, man. I mean, look at the computer, the screens, just everything, man. Had to. All right. Ooh, you know what? This looks familiar. Let's see. Oh, where'd my thingy thing go? There's the thing. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Cool. Set. Now, the fun stuff. It's all rigged because of the gold letter spam and eggs. You know it, man. It's terrible. It was a shame, honestly. I had to, for a Kicker Club, any group, unless you deactivate it, you know, you can have pages join your group, right? Well, I had this guy, I don't know who he is, probably some other country, and running all these pages and just spamming Kicker Club. I am not kidding. I would get 100 in like 2 days from all these different pages. They wouldn't even bother to put, you know, if he was wanting to be, you know, the questions, just trying to post stuff like 100 every 2 days. It was bad. So I finally figured out, all right, well, I got to get rid of the pages, and that fixed that problem. But now Kicker Billfrog can't comment as Kicker on, you know, Kicker Club. But for the time being, we'll be okay. And it was really making it so hard because I try to get everybody accepted as soon as I can on Kicker Club, man. I really do. Guy did not make it easy for me. Oh, we got someone in Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness. Okay. One down, 2 to go. Oh, come on, man. You know, I used to be a really fast typist when I was in high school. Don't know what happened. Well, this one does not have a location, so it looks like... Yep, we're just gonna do that. Yeah, if sometimes the locations don't come up exactly where you guys live, it's just where your phone pinged last when you were entering. So if you were down the street at a neighbor's house you weren't supposed to be at, then it might come up there. So if you got any questions about that, that's that. But you will always get an email from Bill and let you know that you guys won, in case. I don't know your email provider, but always check your spam folder just in case. That's a name. Okay. And that's cheating. That's too close to Stillwater. Too close to Stillwater. I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know what else I don't like? No background music. There we go. Awesome. We're all set. So we got 60 people watching. That means 10 of you didn't enter because we only had 50 entries. So I appreciate you guys that didn't even enter and you're still watching. Love you guys. And everywhere else still watching. Love you too, man. All right, let me get to the comments and then we're going to give away the giveaways. Deviant tagging my mom. Caboose cornut. What was that? Caboose nut, you know the thing. Irvin, thank you for tuning in, man. Miss you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Scott, missed the main show, but I'm here, buddy. It's all good. You're gonna have to rewatch it. It was a good one. It was a darn good show. Come on, Frank. We keep this PG-13 here, all right? Come on, man. You know the deal. All right. You know, the top-down angle, maybe for the casting couch. I don't know about back here. That's the third part of the studio that, you know, no one really seen quite yet. All right, let me scroll back down. Facebook user from Kicker Club. I see Todd Spracker is watching. Joseph, how do I enter and what am I missing? What am I winning? The entry is always at kicker.com/umweekly. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. It's up 24/7, but you can only enter certain times of the week, and that's usually every Tuesday at 7:30 Central till 8 or 8:30 on my show on Kickin with Andy. They go a little bit longer for me, which is good for you. Twice the entries, right? Twice the time. But yeah, man, it's already ended, and we're about to do the giveaway. So you guys sit back, and we're going to get to this, man. All right. I can't talk. Whenever you catch up on sleep, man, it takes a few days to actually catch up on sleep, if that makes sense. All right. So, for third place, you know what? Oh. Yes, Bubba, it's rigged. Yes. Yeah, you got a 1 in 50 chance, Bob. 1 in 50 chance. I mean, the odds are in your favor. On the Unmasked show, they get a few more. And this was a good topic, so there was more even on this show. So, I don't know. It kind of all equals out. Absolutely, guys. It is rigged. So, third place that gets the EB400s. Yeah, EB400s. The Unmasked shirt. The koozies. And I think kicker pens and a few other things, man. Third place goes to George. I think that's George E. from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Congratulations, man. You will love that stuff. You'll get an email from Bill and get your stuff onto you, man. And it's awesome they do this stuff for us, man. It really is. Enjoy your stuff. Thank you for watching the Kickin with Andy show and supporting Kicker, dude. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Second place, Tabor 2's Matt E. from Earth. Very wide. I don't know exactly where that is on Earth, but Earth, United States, that's close enough. Matt, you will get a notification from your email. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome, man. And now, first place, drum roll, please. First place, the Tabors. Cush NCs with the Unmasked official t-shirt. Not the one you buy on the website. This is an actual one like this, but gray. And the koozies. And a few other things. First place, Musk R from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Now you know it's rigged. That's too close to Stillwater. Congratulations for watching. And congratulations for your stuff that you're about to get, man. Thank you guys so much. It's been an awesome show, and I feel like I could keep going on with this. You guys are still here. There's a lot to talk about with old school kickers and car audio, man. You can go for days. I just go twice a week, and I feel like that's just enough. Appreciate you guys so much. Audio Anonymous, what is going on? Congratulations. Jason Stokes, congratulations to the winner. I know I'm away from home for sure in Arizona tonight. Thanks for tuning in, man. You guys are awesome. I mean, yeah, yeah. That must be you. Is that you? Is that you? Congratulations, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Andy, go live on congratulations. Sorry, I'm clicking everything. Andy, go live on Andy's Extras. I gotta go shopping after this, actually. So I might not even make the Discord. I know this is bad, man, but I gotta go shopping. Trust me. Happy wife, happy life. Cornut says congratulations. Josh Hodges, really enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you, Andy. Be careful out there. Stay safe. Stay fly. Stay high. Thank you so much for watching, man, and I appreciate you guys. I really do, and, we can always fall back on different topics, and I know you guys got a thing for nostalgia. So do I, man. That's why I buy every single amphitheater that's on Goodwill.com. I just have to. William, thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Mike, you will win eventually. I will try very hard to rig it for you, but that's only once a week, once every other week, so I don't know what I can do. I'll try my best, man. Thank you so much. What's in Discord after? The after party. Ah, Scott, you gonna learn today, boy. You gonna learn today. Gonna learn today. Points off. Points off. I can't. But thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate you. I'm sure Devian will fill you in on that. It's either, the 14.4 chat, the 10.9, or Andy's Corner. It's usually always popping somewhere, man. All right, awesome. Well, SJC, thank you, man. Love you. Computer's running good. I'm excited to watch the show after, to not hear my audio pop. If you guys ever hear my audio pop live, let me know. I was rewatching the Friday 100th episode. It was a great episode, but there was so much popping because of the internet, and I was like, no, it's bad. I go crazy. So let me know if you guys hear any kind of inconsistencies. I know Saber's usually on it, but I think with the new router and how I have everything set up, it works pretty good now, and not streaming on TikTok at the same time. So eventually, more internet. But thank you guys so much for watching. SJC again, thank you. Yes, got him. Gotta get him. I got you, Scott. It's okay, man. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I will see you on Friday. I don't know. We'll do something cool. It's always cool on Friday. But again, congratulations, guys, to the ones who won and people that watched the show tonight. Man, awesome show. Love you guys. And as always, stay living loud. I'll see you on the next one.
Kickin with Andy. He's going to be on every other Tuesday. Kickin with Andy. Kickin with Andy.
This is going to be a crowded caboose, folks. We got 40 still watching. And there's only one seat. There's only one ticket.
Kickin' with Andy.
Baba's coming in early, and of course, Phil Fuego. We love you, El Fuego. And yes, we got the fish cam going here, guys. Got to, man. Got to. Say hi, Chris. The gold letter. Chris Kickerfish. Thank you so much, Bubba. And yes, we miss you, El Fuego. You guys have been awesome. We still got 43 people watching. What are you guys doing? This is the outro. This is the caboose, but I love you guys for watching. Cornut's coming in with $5. She said, I'm taking it tonight. This is 2 for 2. I'm taking it. No one's taking it from me. Do we end it? Do we end it? Do we end it? I don't know. Snipers on your marks. Get set. Oh, wait a minute. Say rigged? It says rigged. Dave going with the super chat. $5. That's it. I'll see you guys Friday. Oh no, Cornut took it. Oh!